Yellow! Here in Canada, we are actually in the middle of June. We are approaching July. The weather continues to get freaking hotter and I continue to melt even more. Recently in the Ordinary line, the big hype revolved around their foundation formula. And because I have only the Serum foundation, I was like, okay, well it does give you a very semi-matte, still kind of radiant, healthy look. But I was like, how can we amp this up a little bit to give it a very luminous glow? In today's video that I made, I am taking the Serum foundation from The Ordinary. I've talked about this plenty of times. I absolutely adore this foundation. And I am going to add another product to the mixture, and I am going to create a very luminous, radiant foundation skin result. Today's star product is from The Ordinary as well. It is the Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer. I'm going to mix all three products together. I'm going to mix these two to create the in the moment shade that I am right now. And I'm going to amp up the glow a little bit, and I'm going to add this very luminous moisturizer to the mixture. I don't want to keep yippy-yapping because I know I could continue talking for days and I could talk for hours. So let's begin. In April of 2017, The Ordinary released their first foundation formula. The formula is a serum textured foundation, so once again, it is very watery, it is very runny, and it's not going to be very firm and creamy as most full coverage foundations. This foundation will be perfect for the everyday basis. That means that it will cover up all your imperfections, of course. It will cover up any undesirable hues, any unnatural pigments, hyperpigmentation, any acne, any blemishes, scarring on your face, of course, but it is not going to layer and be very thick as a full coverage foundation would. Girl, I know y'all are sick and tired of me talking about this foundation for maybe the 8th video already, but yes, I have a new product from The Ordinary I am going to use today, and it just happens to be, it's new to me. I think it has been out for a while now, but this is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer. So let me just kind of unbox it. Basically, it looks I already unboxed it upstairs, but it looks very similar to my High-Adherence Silicone primer. So basically kind of the same packaging, same idea, just obviously different titling. I am so bad with using my words, girl. Different titling does not make sense. Different labeling. So for anybody who's watching and has not heard of this, or maybe just not tried it, what does The Ordinary claim that the Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer does for us? So basically, this is your everyday moisturizer that keeps the outer layer of your skin moisturized. It keeps it hydrated. I know that, well, I'm gonna say that majority, throughout the year, I am oily, but I do notice coming closer to summer, I don't know why it's so weird, and I'm like, huh, skin, act up. But around the crevices of my nose, here, I don't know if anybody's had this problem before, but I get super dry and so itchy that my skin is flaking, and I'm like, huh, I see I'm a reptile growing in new scales. And also the nice thing about having a moisturizer in your skincare routine is that it gives off kind of this glowy, radiant look. So girl, I am so stoked because this is the reason that I'm adding the Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer to the foundation mixture because, of course, this gives you kind of a semi-matte finish, but I kind of want to get that glowy finish. How much is The Ordinary charging for their Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer? The Ordinary is only charging $5.80 for their moisturizer. Girl, you can go to Sephora and you could purchase a moisturizer from that brand or this brand. And I'm telling you right now, you are not going to find anything cheaper than $30 unless, girl, you are in that travel section that is right before cash and you find some dinky size for maybe 20 bucks. It's just anyways, what I'm trying to say is that it's $5. It's a moisturizer that is for $5 and it works. Okay girl, before we start applying the full face of makeup, I want to prep my skin, I want to prime my skin, and it's always important to do that, especially if you're looking for a certain outcome within your makeup finish. And by that I mean if you want to look dewy, you're obviously going to go with a more radiant primer, and if you want to look more matte, you're going to stick with a more silicone based primer. So what I am going to do today, because I am looking for a radiant finish in my skin, within the outer perimeters of my face, I'm going to use a High-Spreadability fluid primer because this is supposed to give you that healthy look. And then within my T-zone, I'm using that High-Adherence silicone primer, very similar to the Benefit Professional. and I'm going to use that where I get oily very fast. I'm going to start with The Ordinary's High-Adherence Silicone Primer right in the T-zone. And for the outer perimeter of my face, I am going in with the High-Spreadability Fluid Primer. Now that our skin is ready to handle all the makeup we're about to apply, I am going to start with my mixture. I know my parents are going to start screaming at me. I am using one of their plates again, and I'm just going to cover this up in makeup. Like in my video where I mixed these two together, I'm going to do 3 pumps, and then I'm going to add the Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer, The Ordinary's Moisturizer. And I'm going to start with the lighter one. I'm going to go 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Girl. So now we're gonna use the darker one. 1, 2, 3. I have never used this moisturizer, of course, as you can see. So I'm gonna take off this little tinfoil plastic thing. The nice thing about adding a moisturizer to your makeup routine is that you're also giving yourself those skincare ingredients into it as well. And you're moisturizing your skin at the same time, so it's doing so much for your skin. I keep talking like out of my ass right now. I'm gonna add a bunch of this to the mixture. So once again, this is the Natural Moisturizing Factors Moisturizer from The Ordinary. Taking the back of my 04 NYX foundation brush, I'm just going to mix everything together. I'm going to start applying this. I am using my little, whatever mirror this is. Oh my god, guys. I know you definitely saw as I was blending it in with a closer view how beautifully it leaves your skin looking. The foundation and the moisturizer as the combination, trust me, you need this. I'm about to zoom into my skin as a whole so that way you can see kind of what I'm talking about. My skin looks amazing, but it looks so natural. It does not look like I have foundation whatsoever. And of course, like you guys can even see on camera, like I could see through my little viewfinder. Wow, like my skin looks very radiant. So once again, this is the closest that the lens is letting me get. Look at this. This is just foundation right now. I have no highlighter. I have absolutely nothing on. Look how healthy, radiant, glowy my skin is, and I'm like smiling at it. Look at just how luminous I look. Like, I'm actually like, I can't even put this into words right now. Like, look at the T-zone. I just want to say that $5, girl, for the moisturizer, $6 for the foundation. You have $12 worth of healthy, radiant skin right now. And the nice thing about it is that you can still see kind of like your imperfections. I don't like when everything is kind of like opaque, I suppose, because then it just looks like you're wearing makeup, right? Like you can still see kind of some of my rosacea going on, and like I have this freaking pimple that just like won't leave me alone. I'm going upstairs and I will be right back. So now that we are back, I'm not even kidding. As I was completing the rest of my makeup, like adding out all the additional bronzer, shadow, everything, girl, you need to look glamorous. As I was looking at my skin, I was just so amazed because I'm used to like mattifying products because I'm super oily. I was like, wow, I haven't seen my skin like very luminous in so long. I'm super amazed because even just by like a little tilt of my face, just like watch this area. And although yeah, I do have highlighter of course, but this is also adding on top of the mixture that we did earlier. I love this. I love that I was able to turn a foundation that was not radiant and make it radiant. The only problem I have is I don't know like how this will continue throughout the day because I am oily and I only secured my oils within my T-zone when I used the silicone based primer. So maybe for somebody who is very greasy and oily like me, I don't know how this might work throughout the day. But I mean for like photo shoots, girl, for like pictures, selfies, Instagram, Snapchat, this is what you need. For anybody who's watching me, I hope you kind of enjoyed this and you got something out of this, because I know it's hard sometimes to want to find a very like luminous foundation without having to spend the money. So I hope this kind of gave you kind of like a little idea of how you could go about doing that. Anybody who's new, I hope you pick up a product from The Ordinary and try it, because I'm telling you, one product, you will be craving a second product, you will be craving a third product. It's just such an addictive brand. Anybody who's watching, if anybody's watching, I know I haven't posted in like 2 weeks. I will talk to you guys in the next video, and I hope you continue to glow throughout the summer. So, yeah, bye guys. I'll talk to you later. TTYLs.